So the violin and viola da gamba families were invented at the end of the 1400s, and this beast, the 14-string viola d'amore, is kind of a combination of those two types of instruments and was invented about 150 years later. It has a sound that's unlike any other instrument in existence, very sweet and silvery.
The viola d'amore is an unusual and wonderful instrument. It's been around in Western classical music since at least the Baroque period. It's not really related, apparently, to the violin family of instruments or to the viola da gamba family of instruments. It has its own genealogy. They vary in shape and makeup a little bit, but the instrument we have is pretty standard. It has 7 bowed strings instead of the 4 of the violin or the viola, and running under the fingerboard and through the bridge are 7 additional strings that just vibrate sympathetically, and they create a kind of silvery afterglow on the sound. It's a beautiful instrument. Bach wrote for it, Vivaldi wrote for it, and then in the early 20th century, people like Hindemith wrote for it, Leonard Bernstein wrote for it in his Mass of 1971. So it has had a cult following. And you can see, because you have to fit 7 strings where a viola or a cello or a violin would have just 4, that you have to be very careful about the angle of your bow so you don't pick up more than 1 string. Well, I walk through the museum all the time looking for new discoveries, particularly music-related discoveries. There are manuscripts, photographs, paintings of music, tapestries of music, books about music, but the instruments always draw my attention. And the viola d'amore is an instrument I've known about for a long time, and when I saw that we had one and did a little bit of research and heard that it was from one of the great makers of all time, somebody called Eberle, I got really excited about having somebody possibly play it. And I checked with our head of conservation, Holly Salmon, who was game to look into it. And then I thought, well, we want to get a musician here who plays the instrument to try it out to see whether she thinks it's worth giving a concert. And so last year, I invited Rachel Barton Pine to come. We had our conservation team work with the instrument and a luthier, and they all got together and tried out the instrument here in the conservation lab and downstairs in the concert hall. And the verdict was that it sounded great, that Rachel thought it was wonderfully playable and would be game to perform in a public recital on the instrument.
Sometimes when an instrument is not played for a while, their voice does go to sleep a bit. Think about if you didn't talk for a decade, you'd be a little croaky. But somehow or another, this viola d'amore just woke up right away. I think it was just happy to sing again, and it sounded absolutely gorgeous. And I've been practicing on it this week, getting it ready for the concert, and I think it's just really in full bloom.